Hey everybody, welcome to another live episode of The Grid. It's so close to Christmas and we're still doing a grid because we have nothing else to do. Welcome everybody. My name is Scott Kelby. Joining me is my good friend and son, Jordan Kelby.
Hi.
Yeah, what do you say after that? So everyone's gone. So I'm like, hey buddy, you want to be on the show today? I need a sidekick. And he's like, yeah, I'll get dressed. So anyway, hey, we're glad to have you guys here hanging out with us. So thanks for being here, Jordan.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Thanks for being a last minute notice guy. I'm like, hey buddy, can you come downstairs? How do you feel like being on the grid today?
Sure.
So yeah, well thanks.
I got a clean shirt.
You do have a clean shirt. All right. And you wore your special pants in honor of our friends from Hybrid Photography. We may show them later.
If they show up.
If they show up. We have to wait until the Hybrid boys from London are here. Hey, we're going to give a couple of shout outs to start off. Jeff says, Happy Yule to all. Thank you, Jeff. Peter from London is here. Thank goodness, Peter, that you say you're from London or we would never know. You've been on the show like 100 times. This is your 100th straight episode here. You don't have to put Peter from London. We know now. Welcome to Merry Christmas from BW Photography. Die Photos here. Nicodemus, Happy Holidays to all. Steven says, this could be an interesting show. I need to completely redesign my website from scratch. And then Jeff Ravel. Hey, Jeffy. Jeffy's here. I know those guys. And Cosmo House.
Kema Al Hassan?
I'm going to call you all your friends call. Cam. Cam says hi from Portland. James Tucker says, hi, Scott and Jordan. Hi, everybody. We're so glad to have you here. Today, our show, what we are doing is we are critiquing website design. So it's not a blind critique because we're going to see your name as number one. But I want to tell you two things about it. We asked people to send in their websites. We're going to critique them. But I'm going to tell you this before we even get into them. I'm stunned how good they are as compared to every other show we've done in it. Like usually there's like one good site and 40 really bad ones. I can't believe how good these are. They're really surprisingly good. So everybody's getting on board on getting a really good site. We're going to go through and we're going to look at some. Also, oh, hey, there's Christine. Merry Christmas from Australia. Thank you very much. And Barbara's here. Merry Christmas from Amherstburg, Ontario. Thank you for joining us, Barbara. All right, and Florian's here from Scotland. Michaela Kraus is here from Vienna, Austria. I was in Vienna just a couple years ago.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been to Vienna.
No, I don't think you have been to Vienna. No, because you don't remember the sausages. Anyway. Two things real quick. Number one, my guest blogger today is Christina Shirk, and she is incredibly awesome. She is super awesome. She's mega awesome. She's got a great guest blog today. Her guest blog is very clever. She says, top 4 reasons why you can't afford to miss Christina's new class, but she really actually gives you tips hidden in there. So go check out her guest blog. She's awesome, and she gives you some very good tips. And of course, her class isn't saying what she tells you. Also, number 2 is, this is big. We are like getting close to the end of our 12 days of Christmas. Now, in years past, for our 12 days of Christmas, we always had sales. Like, hey, here's a sale, here's a sale. This year we said, you know what? Instead of doing sales, let's do, for 12 days, let's give away something to our annual members. So for Kelby One annual members, we gave away a free thing every day from the 13th on. It goes through the 24th. On the 13th, we gave away our brand new 2016 Photoshop Hot Tips Guide. On the 14th, we gave away a collection. I made this collection of architectural recipes for Nik Color Efex Pro 4, which like almost all of our members already have. So I made recipes for them. So if you do architectural outdoor shots or travel shots, you can use these. On the 15th, we gave away my own personal collection of Lightroom print templates, and I made them in 13 by 19 and letter size. On the 16th, we gave away a Lightroom and Camera Raw keyboard shortcut guide. On the 17th, we did an entire special bonus issue of Photoshop User Magazine called The Best of Photoshop User Magazine. On the 18th, Rocky Nook, my book publisher that did my books. They did some books that he did. My book, how do I do that in Lightroom? How do I do that in Photoshop? But they published all kinds of books. They said any member can go and get, any annual member can get any book they do, any free ebook, just go get it, any free ebook. Is it $50? If it's $40, whatever. You can even get my books free for Kelby One annual members. Then, on the 19th, we gave away my entire Light It, Shoot It, Retouch It tour, the entire tour on video. Yesterday, we gave away the Photoshop Creative Mega Pack, which includes Photoshop actions, brushes, and tools. Today, Peach Pit Press has put together this list of camera books. So it's books about your camera. So whatever camera model you have, you can go get a free ebook from them for this whole long list of all the latest new cameras. And we're going to keep doing it every day. We're giving away something new until the 24th. So 12 days of really, really fun stuff. Okay, we have giveaways. Our giveaways, our sponsor Platypod is giving away this. This is the Platypod Deluxe Kit, which is, can I show you a picture of what it does? All right. I'm not on control room 2. I should be. Hang on just a moment. Please hold. Don't move. Don't breathe. Don't make a sound. All right. This is what it does. See that plate on the bottom? So it holds your camera, and you can use it in a place where you can't use a tripod, right? So if you can't use a tripod, you use this instead. It'll let you get really down low, get you places where you can't one. And you know how anytime you pull out a tripod anywhere in the world, like police come running, you pull out one of these, nobody cares. So, and they're rock solid. So there's 2 of them. The Platypod Pro, which is the one we're going to give away this in the deluxe package and all, and the one you just saw me using, which is this one. Now, there's a weird thing. So this weird thing happened. I wrote this about shooting the Dolphins because I use it for remote cameras for shooting football. So I went down and shot with the Dolphins a few weeks ago, and since I'm shooting with the team, I'm like, hey, can I do some remotes? Yeah. I put up this remote, and I mentioned that it works perfectly with this open ball head. Let me go. I'm going to move and look slowly to the other camera. And there it is. So there it is right there. It is an open ball head. It's a really small little ball head, and it fits right on there. And so they actually wound up making a deal with B&H. So B&H now has a bundle of the Platypod and this open head because it's just too perfect. It like fits on there perfect. Anyway, we're not giving away the ball head. That's my personal ball head. I would go to a game and not have one. We're giving away both of these bad boys. And we just got our first copies in-house right here. My Photoshop CC book for digital photographers. So new, I saw the first actual printed copy today. So we're going to give away one of those too. I'll even sign it. You know why? Because it's free. It's just doesn't cost anything. I usually charge $1.60, but I'm not going to. Hey, Juan's here from Colombia, South America. Sally is here watching live from Budapest, Hungary. Evening from Morton in Denmark. And of course, it would not be the same if Rose was not watching from New Zealand. Happy Christmas. Thank you, Rose, and same to you, all the way over in New Zealand, one of the most beautiful places. Oh my gosh, everybody's here again. All right, Peter wants us to do Come On Eileen, because, I swear on. Okay, we're not going to do it. Jordan and I are the only 2 people in the world that actually know the real words. And we're not doing it. I'm surprised we did that little tiny part. That was just a chorus. We know the actual real words of the verses. No one even knows it. Dexy's Midnight Runners on a quiz show couldn't even, we know them. You know why? Because we have too much time on our hands. Luke's here from Ireland. All right, everybody's just, oh, yay. And Samantha says, thank you so much for all the free gifts for becoming an annual member. Totally worth it. All right, let's look at some websites because I want to go through these. I'm so impressed with these because we've been doing this probably for 2 years now. And when we started, like every site was bad. I mean, like they were all bad. Like one would be like, well, this one's okay. They're all bad. And I'm disappointed that they're so good. In fact, I realized this might be the end of the website critiques because everybody turned in. There's 1 or 2 that need a little work. But it used to be there was 25 that needed work, and now. Let's take a look at the first one. All right, and so this is the first one right here. Obviously, Thomas Clemens Photography. We're going to go ahead and click the welcome button here. And you can see the first problem is he's got words that are misspelled here. These are clearly misspelled. Impressum? Come on, that's not a word. Suchi? Photos is with a... Oh, it's German. Oh, sorry. I knew it was German. Just having a little fun. So real briefly, the only thing I would say is, and I would say this to Tomas, it's actually Tomas. The site looks good, and by the way, your pictures look good too, which is, I know that's not what you sent it in, but I like the pictures. And it's nice and it's clean, and I really like that. But you know what? You put up a wall before I got there. You brought up a screen and said welcome, and the only reason was to show me a big picture. And then I have to click and I have to wait for your actual site to load. Why are you putting a wall between me and your pictures? Why don't you just get me right here? I would much rather start on this page than actually see that big wall in front. It's kind of like you're making me work to get to your site. And I know it's just a click, but I would just rather you start right here. Now, if what you're thinking is it doesn't have enough impact, then switch the size of your images to be bigger. But other than that, I think your images load pretty nicely. It's a nice site. And I do think it was cool that it's in German, but you still put the word welcome on the front page. Ditch the front page, Tomas. Other than that, I think you have a nice site. I think it looks good. I have no complaints. You've got your social stuff up there. You also have the option of a grid view in the top right corner. You can switch over here in the top right to a grid view. I think you've done a nice job. I know it's probably a template, but I love templates. So well done. Good job. That was the easy one. Next one, something bad happened here. This is one of the only ones that I was like, you'll see as the show goes. There's an issue with this site. Number one, I don't see any photos. Now, I checked it on multiple browsers to see, was it me or is it you? Hey, by the way, would you do something for me?
Yeah.
You got your phone with you, right?
I do have my phone.
If you would.
I'm 19. I always have my phone.
Good point. Would you check these and make sure that they work on mobile?
Sure.
So any site that I bring up, you do the mobile test.
All right.
And let's make sure. Because I tell you what, if you are not making your website work for mobile, there are more people are going to see your site on mobile than they are on the desktop. It's just a fact. So you check and make sure that there's are, but this one is just, I don't know. This is, you may be in the running for worst. You got to start with a picture. You can't start with nothing. It's nothing. Did you do this in DOS? And here's what I love best. Buy now. What am I buying? Are you going to come to my house? Are you cleaning? Is it a cleaning thing? I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. Let's click on portraits. I haven't looked at the rest of your site yet because I was kind of stopped right here.
I will say the mobile.
And I swear, if something naked comes up, you're in huge trouble. If I see a naked or something, all right. This right here would be 500 times better than your opening page. At least this tells me you're a photographer. And there's some shots here. Yeah, you got to work on this. And by the way, what does this play button do? Oh, nothing. You got some work to do here, Bubba. I'm sorry, but if I were you, it would be time to start from scratch. And I'll tell you a little later what you can do that would help you just a ton. But right now, this is like a really old-fashioned kind of out of it. I'm sorry, it's not the photography, but you're not doing your photography any help in this format. This looks like the original old SmugMug. Like when SmugMug first started, they had this default site. And I think that's what it is. And I'm looking up at the little icon in the corner. I believe that is the SmugMug, and that is the SmugMug icon. So you're on SmugMug. Did it load okay?
So, okay, I wanted to actually say this because his mobile site is slightly better in the fact that I don't know how I would get it up here, but basically what it looks like.
No, I have a way to get it up there.
How?
And, okay, I'm going to give you guys, this is the best tip ever. Someone needs to get me a cable for an iPhone, like an iPhone just charging cable, because then I can actually show what you're seeing on screen on my screen, but it requires you to use a cable. So someone here on the set, and by someone I mean the only two people here, anyone, they're like, no one has moved an inch. I go, can someone get it? And they're both just like, Layton, these cameras run themselves.
All right, well,
a phone
like
power
iPhone
cable, an iPhone power cable. Do you know how many iPhone power cables there are in this building? We know there's actually 1,100.
There's an old school one.
Okay, yeah, that's
it's gotta
great
be
for an
one of the
iPhone
newer
like
ones.
3. Hey,
Yeah, just like a charge cable.
Yeah, just a regular old charge cable. Oh, okay,
Awesome.
great.
All right, well,
All right.
in the time she's going, I'm going to try to describe what this looks like. So can you go back on your computer to his first page before you went into portraits?
Yeah, hang on. Let me go back to his.
Because if you were gonna do anything, I would say almost start taking it off of your mobile site. So what he has here,
yeah, the mobile site's better.
So what he has here is it looks basically what the actual site looks like, but under it has the boudoir and the couples and the portraits and
with thumbnails.
And sports and thumbnails, which are links. He's still above all of the photos when you load in the thing. Just has the buy now, home, about me, prices, and then the links to the different sections of images.
Right.
I would say if I had to give one, I would almost just say, like, I kind of like the color background where it's the gray. I like that. I would say wipe away the buy now. I would say keep your name, but wipe away the links. Move like the best photo from each portrait up into the top, and then you could grid it.
Those
and then
links, they're already down.
Yeah, because the links are down below, so you could wipe away half the links, and you could display like your best photos from each one to pull your eye in.
We got it. Oh. Oh, you can use AirPlay.
Oh, okay, the thing that I've never used.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, is it AirDrop? Oh, there we go.
No, not AirDrop.
Mirroring.
AirPlay. Oh, AirPlay mirroring right there.
No, but it's looking for an Apple TV.
It'll find one. All right, hang on, everybody. Go to control room 1 if it ever shows up.
Yeah, there's nothing so far.
We'll get it come up here in just a minute. All right, let's go next to the next one. But anyway, MJB Photos. You need some work.
I like the minimalistic design, but if you clear out your links and names and then move your links to the photos and move it up, it will make it much better.
Let's do this. We're going to try to get this connected. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, it may or may not be connected. But you have to go. Now you have to come back. It's like a cliffhanger at the end of Walking Dead. You have to come back to see. Do they actually get it connected? Also, I want to mention a couple things. So we have a very special guest coming on a little later in the episode. Molly Waits is here. So you know Molly as the person behind the Springs of Hope Orphanage that many of you have helped out there, and certainly anyone that was part of my worldwide photo walk has supported them. She's going to be here in just a little while. She's going to stop in for a few minutes. We're going to talk about where they are and what they're doing. We're going to talk a little bit about Molly, and we're going to ask some really tough personal probing questions. So she was hoping for like a very intense interview, kind of like a 60 Minutes thing where they just show up on your door and stuff like that. We're going to do all of that in just a little while, so stick around. We're excited to have Molly here with us today. Don't go away. We'll be right back here on The Grid.
Meet Max. Max is a flat tripod base that is compatible with most standard tripod ball heads and screws on easily without the need for tools. Max is the perfect companion for low-angle photography and stability in unusual spaces. Don't be fooled by Max's slim frame. Max is made of aircraft-grade aluminum and can support up to 300 pounds. If your tripod ball head can support it, so can Max. Max can be rigged up with your heaviest full-frame DSLR or video camera, long lenses, and bulky accessories. Versatile? For sure! You can mount Max or tie it to freestanding objects. Max is also compatible with quick-release devices to keep it attached at your hip, strap, or holster. Max comes with 4 spike feet and a removable fiberglass reinforced nylon storage box. The spikes enable better grip on surfaces such as rocks, branches, and concrete. Max makes a great travel buddy, perfect for long adventures or challenging hikes. Max is a svelte 13 ounces and, at approximately 5 by 8 inches, can fit in almost any camera bag or backpack. Outdoor photographers will love the ability to place Max almost anywhere, including boulders and ledges for unique panoramic views, or down low by the ocean to capture breaking waves. Macro photographers will be able to get close, really close. You can also set up time lapses or long exposures in no time. Max works well in cities too. Bring Max in your backpack along with a strap or zip ties and tie it to poles or fences. Max can balance on narrow ledges and tight spaces where tripods can't fit. You can also bring Max into museums and other spaces where the tripod police would otherwise turn you away. And in the studio, photographers can use a single Max base for their camera, or multiple Max bases to create a portable studio setup. Rig up your Max with studio strobes and transceivers using a lighting stud on the accessory hole. Max can cast low-angle light on your subject or background and is easily kept out of the frame. If you do want to use a tripod while shooting, Max can be attached and removed easily between shots. Max can also be mounted to walls with nails for a more permanent solution, and it can be used to capture behind-the-scenes footage from a fixed location. The Platypod Pro Max was funded through a successful Kickstarter campaign. Now, it is available for immediate shipping to everyone. We know Max will be the most versatile tool in your gear bag.
Hey, we're back. Scott Kelby here with Jordan. And in a little while, Molly's going to be here from the Springs of Hope, Kenya. We're very excited to have her here and tell you a little bit more about that. You guys know a lot about it, but you've never had a chance to meet Molly. So Molly was in town, and so we made her come in. We forced her to come in and be on the show. So looking forward to talking to her in just a few minutes. We got the thing working. What it was is we needed to connect to our local wireless to make it work. So we're going to jump over and see. There's his site.
Hey, there we go. So if I
All
scroll
right.
down, does it? Yeah, it does. All right, so here's what I'm talking about. So this is similar. This top part is similar to your actual website. And then below, you have these really nice photos of all your different galleries. If you, on your main site and on your mobile site, just moved with the same links, by the way, that you have directly above them, if you just took those photos and the links and then moved them up and then deleted the buy, I don't know why the buy now is, it looks like the Amazon buy now, and it conflicts with the rest of what you're doing. You could still have a buy now tab, but maybe post it. So you have the home and about me and prices, right? I would move, and the tier sheets and publications, I would move that down below as like a small little just link box below all of your image galleries, and then make your image galleries just the main links above, because you have nice photos and they're very eye-drawing, but they're hidden behind so much just crud.
Yeah. Hey, the other thing I would tell you is scroll back up, if you will, Jordan. You're going to have to I would make your thumbnail sizes consistent. Can we go back to the thumbnails?
Oh yeah.
You just have this one tall one in there. It just looks funky, and then another tall one below it. How it looks on mobile really does matter, especially more today. So I would definitely, well, I don't want to spend too much time on him. You got a lot of work to do on that one, but I'm going to help you out a little bit later in this. That I think that'll help you.
I do like the minimalistic design, though. I appreciate that.
We like the non-busyness. All right, so here's another one. Let's look at David Gruskin Photography. So this one actually is just pretty straight ahead. I really like it when it's a full big picture like that. I like it less when it's just two little ones. Now, I've seen this layout before, but David, just this is a general thing about just design and life. Odd numbers rule. One photo looks great. 3 photos would look great. 2 photos is an awkward number of photos. So if this were, picture this. First off, I would start with a big image. Since you have what's called a grid, right? You have a grid here that goes from 2 images to a single image. Why not start with a big impact image? Pick one of your big impact images and put it up top, and then go to a nice small 3. Right, this would be a nice opening image because it's so simple and clean. So that might be a nice one. I would still go with the 3 smaller images. Hey, that's like in our neck of the woods. That's the St. Petersburg Pier. Yeah, I would do something along those lines. It's not bad. It's okay, and this is not supposed to be a critique, but dude, is that a white vignette? Okay, sorry. Moving right along. David, I think you're in the ballpark, but I think with a little bit of work, this could be much, much stronger. Bigger images have bigger impact, and then go with a big image, and then 3 little ones, and a big one, and then 3 little ones, but mostly big ones, not so many little ones. And look, you have different portfolios, travel landscape. Let's see what travel landscape. Does it lay out the same way? Yeah, you don't see the 2 side by side very often, and the reason why is it doesn't look very good. So you don't have a terrible, you're not experiencing what we experienced a minute ago, but you can get a lot better. Let's look at this next one.
Oh, his mobile site looks great, by the way.
Oh, his mobile site looks good?
I am actually I'm looking at his mobile stuff. I'm not just flipping through like Twitter.
Yeah, his mobile site looks actually...
But his mobile site looks very good. I like the menu pop down. It's very simple. Like your mobile site is, I would almost just
Yeah, just
It's so
go with
clean.
your mobile site.
Just go with your mobile site. You do have like a couple instances where you have different size of your files for your images like this, but that's the only one.
Yeah, but it fills the screen. It doesn't
It
bother
does.
me. Like
It does.
you know how it has a vertical and a horizontal next to each other.
That's true.
That doesn't. But I would agree with Jordan. I think your mobile site's better than your. And now SmugMug's doing a good job of resizing that for mobile. So that's a their stuff is what's the word? Responsive. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's look at one more, and I'm going to get some comments because we have lots of comments coming in. This is Charles Putnam.
Oh, I gotta look that up real quick.
All right. And this looks like a pretty modern site. I think it's going to be okay. So it's charlesputnam.myportfolio.com. And he looks like he has 3 galleries: autos, portraits, and photo walks. And let's go look at autos. You just click on it because there's no place else to click. That's nice. Nice big photos. Well done, Charles. All right, can I say this, Charles? I'm not supposed to critique, but I'm actually going to give you a compliment so I don't mind so much. Do you know how hard it is to shoot cars at a car show? It's the hardest thing in the world. You have some of the best car shots at a car show. There's even people in the background, but like the color tinting and the light, I don't know. I think you did a pretty good job. I think you're doing it. It's very, very hard to shoot at a car show. But I will say this, you can clone out all those little lights there. And this looks like it's a museum. But anyway, nicely done. I like your stuff, Charles. Let's go here and look at your portraits. Yeah, I think it's nice and simple, big images. I think you're winning here. All right. So Charles, how's the mobile site look?
So I can't find the mobile site. That's on my end. What do I type in? It's Charles Putnam.
charlesputnam.myportfolio.com.
Because I typed in Charles Putnam and it comes up that you were an officer in the United States Navy, but you died in 1882, and I just feel like that's not right.
Now, this website looks like it was done after 1882, probably in the late 1800s. No, I'm just kidding. I like his thing. This is good.
Putnam.myportfolio.com.
Yeah, I think his is going to be okay. Because my portfolio also automatically resizes for that. Hey, while you're looking that up, I'm just going to mention some comments. Domenico asks, Scott, can you have 3 different sections in your website, architectural, weddings, and family? Absolutely. So I do different things. I do travel, and I do sports, and I do people. So I have different categories. You could absolutely have, just don't put too many in any category. Tony Badwe says, love your show. Cheers from Zurich. All right. Love Switzerland. I had the best meal of my life in Switzerland. My wife and I were just dating, and we went to this one restaurant, and we were eating. You're like, we're eating a meal, and we're like, this is the best meal. We kept thinking that we were going to find one better. Not so far. All right, Samantha, I'm going to answer your question in a few minutes. Carl from Colorado says, thanks for all those Kelby One for all those gifts. You're welcome, Tom. Great gifts. Thank you. Steven says, I'm enjoying the heck out of the ebooks. All right. Merry Christmas to the grid. Love the show. Neil from Manchester, UK. Thank you, Neil. Let's see. Morgan says, hi, Scott. Thanks for recommending the restaurant Mimi e Coco in Rome. Loved it so much we went there twice while on our honeymoon. Morgan, is that the greatest place? I just love that is one of my favorite, definitely my favorite restaurant in Rome and one of my favorite restaurants. All right, let's see. Dallas Lombard says, I just finished watching your Light It, Shoot It, Retouch It live workshop this morning. Amazing. Yay. Oh, so many nice comments. Thank you. Hey, I got to read this one. Marcia. So nice to be back as an annual member again. She was an old NAP member, and she's come back. Thank you, Marcia. We are delighted to have you back. Peter Treadway just happened to ask, can Jordan show us his super slim, skinny red trousers? Just show him, because I won't let it.
So I just got to preface this. Our friends from across the pond dislike the fact that I own bright red pants, and so I purposely wear them anytime I know that they're going to see me, because it brings me great joy, because they just love to rag on me, and self-deprecation is funny.
They do.
But besides that,
and the problem is Peter and Dave both, they're just bad people. I mean, they're just bad. I'm sorry. They're just bad. Just because they're British doesn't make them
Peter
nice.
And Dave.
No, Peter and Dave are bad people. They're just bad.
All right.
And of course, I'm kidding. They're some of the greatest guys. In fact, speaking of the greatest guys, Dave Clayton.
Hey,
Who is your Left Shark brother?
There's Katy Perry Shark Dance with Dave at Photoshop World.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a look. So, Charles, you're in the ballpark. All right, nature.
It's not linking, by the way, on mobile. It's just having like issues. So
It's having issues. Okay.
if it's my portfolio, we might have a problem with it.
All right, see this one. See if you can get Nature Crate.
All right.
Just naturecratephoto.com. All right. So I like it. It's clean, and I like a nice big photo. I love this thing. You know, we're photographers, and the bigger the photo, the more impact it has. It really makes a massive difference when you have a big photo to start off with. But she didn't make me click through this. Like, I don't have to, like, you want to see my site? No, we're at the site. So I kind of like that. I still have to look, of course, click on these, but that's fine. You expect that. You're going to have to look. Let's go to wildlife. And there we go. Oh, Nature Crate's got some nice shots. Uh-oh, not the old fish in the mouth. The old fish in the mouth trick. Ooh, bald eagle. By the way, those are delicious. Try it with a side of manatee. Oh my gosh, so good.
Nice thick panda sauce.
We lost the we lost the feed on that one. If you want to go,
Oh, we lost the feed on it?
But anyway, we're looking at Nature's Crate photo here. It's video
Control Zoom 2. Oh, it's
Ooh,
1.
you just took it from me.
I'm sorry.
You took my video control room.
I know, I'm a mistake of a human being.
No, that's Dave and Peter.
Oh,
All right, here we go. We're back.
1 or 2. Which one am I going?
You're on 1.
Okay.
All right. So it's good looking. Calibra's messing with us in the studio. All right. It's good looking photography presented in a very nice way. The logo's not too big. It's all nice and clean. I like what you're doing. No, we're good.
We don't need the
All
camera.
right. And the website, let me see the mobile.
Mobile looks good.
Mobile looks good.
They all appear under the links for the social media, and then you just scroll down after you click it. It's not
it
a big
all
deal.
looks good.
It all looks good.
All right. Well done, Nature. All right. What do we got over here? We have Sharon Snyder Photography. This is one of my favorites so far. This might be my favorite from a design aspect so far. And can I tell you something Sharon did that's smart? Did you notice a moment ago when she showed 2 vertical pictures, she put them side by side. She had 2 side by side, so you still have that big impact. Who's a good doggy? Who's a good dog? Who's a good? All right, very nicely done. Sharon, this is beautifully done. I'm super digging your site. Okay, I don't like cat shots, Sharon. Now you lost me. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay. But look at that. That's nicely done. It's nice photography and nicely done. We got, we have business portraits, pets, children and teens, women's beauty headshots. All right, very nice. I like the 2 up verticals. All right, did the side things work? Yep. Very nice. Sharon, I got nothing but love. Very nicely done. All right. Ooh, look at this one. Ooh, I like this. First off, that's the average wall. That's the average wall of Tokyo. No, I'm sorry, Great Wall of China. Very close. Thank you. Somebody got that joke. Thank you, Jen. Hey, this looks nice. Number 1, you got a clear day in China. High five. I went to the Great Wall, and it was the fog wall. Let's see. I tell you what, you cannot beat the impact of a big image. Look how big that is. Just really, really nice. Oh, so this is a Squarespace site. So you're using a Squarespace template. They have really nice templates. You're right down here in the bottom, you've got travel photos. Let's take a look. Uh-oh. Nothing happened. Let's click it again. Caesar, we may have a problem. When you click on travel photos, nothing happens. Well, if I click, does anything happen? Oh, it slides. Okay. Okay, can I tell you something? There was nothing there to let me know it slides. Okay, so you can change this in the Squarespace code. When I move my cursor over it, the little arrows appeared. But boy, I tell you what, you couldn't even really see them. Even when they're there, they're barely there. But yeah, you can click and it'll move to the next one. But then if that's the case, I would take the travel photos link out, because when I click on travel photos, I think I'm going to see a portfolio, thumbnails, something show up. I click it and nothing happens. I would remove that altogether, because I'd have been out, except for we're doing a show and we had to make it work. Hey, that's really nice, Singapore. Beautiful. Can I tell you something? I've seen a lot of shots of this exact same scene. This is very nicely done. I love the blue color cast. Very good photographer. Good photographer with a good website, and it would be a whole lot better if you get rid of that word travel photos, because I bet if I click about, something happens. Oh, I think I know why. So you know what I would do? I think I would change the word travel photos to the word home, because I understand why it's there now. Now, theoretically, I should be able to click on your logo and it goes back home. And it does. Just get rid of that word travel photo. I thought you could change travel photos to home, but you already have your thing. Blog coming soon. Is it really? Come on. Anyway, but very nicely done. This is every bit as good as the last one, if not better. I love, of course, the big images just have such a great impact, and you have such beautiful images that, of course, it makes a big difference too. And there's no white vignettes, so you get extra. Look at that nice shot of the Temple of Heaven. That's very nice. There's like nobody there. Very, very nice. And that's Shanghai. Lovely, lovely. And this is half of a cuss word. So, sorry. Wah, wah, wah.
There's a slide whistle.
Little Hong Kong there. The other side of Hong Kong. So Kowloon. No, I'm sorry. That's Shanghai still. Other side of Shanghai. Very nice. That's Hong Kong as seen from Kowloon. And that's in like Tokyo. That's the thing with the trees. It's the name of it. Sorry. It's maybe not my best moment there. All right, great job. Cesar Mendez. Very, very good. Hey, I will say this though. Cesar, can I get one more thing from you? I know that your name is Cesar Mendez because I read it up in here. In your URL, it seems like you could put your name someplace where it would maybe be a little easier to read. It's cut off on the screen here. That's a pretty minor thing, because I could figure out your name, and I probably didn't stumble on it by accident. So anyway, all right, let's see. Oscar Flores, how you doing, Oscar? Oscar, why is this moving?
Oh, it's a slideshow.
Oh, it's a self-running slideshow. All
with
right.
a very low frame rate.
No, that's just the AirPlay. Here's what it looks like.
Oh,
Yeah.
With a good frame rate, with a bad connection.
So Oscar, here's what I would say. Besides, you have nice photos. I personally do not like a self-running slideshow. I've been told that photo buyers and people. Now, you're going to say, well, Scott, I'm not shooting for photo buyers. I'm looking for bride and grooms. But you know what happens? Now, let's see if it stops if I click on it. No, it doesn't. So I'm a bride and groom, and I go, oh, I love that shot. Wait, come back. I think I'd go back to what Cesar had a moment ago, which is let me go at my pace, because you're choosing the pace for me. And so from that aspect, I think I might just leave that. Now let's go look at the port and see what happens here. Tell you, I'm not a fan of the rounded corners. It looks really 1995. Outside of that, let's see how the actual images look. Wow, you know what, Oscar? Can I say this? Your front page looked kind of modern. This kind of looks like an old-fashioned looking kind of. And there's way too many images in here. Way too many. Pick your best 24. Pick your best 24 images. This is like 200. Like right there, just like it's just way too many. It just keeps going and going. Yeah, pick your best stuff, because you do have some really good stuff in here, and then you have some stuff. Why not just show your best work? Like, I'm not sure this guy buttoning his vest is the greatest shot. I think you know what I mean? You gotta pick and choose. It's kind of, hey, he's buttoning his vest. Okay. All right. Now, I happen to know this guy, Connie Conrad. I haven't been to his site, but I can tell you this. I've watched Connie's YouTube videos. This guy's a screaming guitar player. Absolutely amazing guitar player. I watch his tutorials. I want to take lessons from Connie Conrad. The guy, oh, did you see that? That was a Fender Telecaster Carbonita. Ooh, it was really nice. There it is right there. Okay, so, all right, Connie, I love you and I love your guitar playing, but I hate your welcome screen. Please come in. Why not just let me go in? who I am. Oh, there's Connie. Am I in? Oh, Connie. I wanted to like this so much because you're just so good at guitar. But you know what? There was a saying that if you notice the website, you're looking at the wrong thing. I'm not supposed to notice the website. I'm supposed to notice your work. Now, I know that you're selling more than you're doing web design and stuff and photography. Oh, God, he's a good photographer, too. God, I hate multi-talented people. Yeah, he's good. All right. I would say to this is really interesting. I really like actually this. You got odd numbers. You got a row of three in a row. There's that Fender Telecaster Carbonita. Very nice. I would say I like this. And the opening page was really strong, but this scrolling stuff is weird because look at where it wound up. This is a creepy floating disembodied hand.
I would also just say as like a general point that you probably want your works first and your about me page should be something that people look for later instead of what they see first.
Yeah.
Because you're very clearly a very interesting guy. So this might work for you, but it's not great, is that you want, like, unless your About Me page is incredibly eye-catching, they're just not going to continue down to your work unless they're specifically looking for you. So you want to put that in a place where people want to just go find more about you later after they've seen how good you are, because you are good.
Look where I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Connie, you needed an intervention. This does not take anything away from your playing or your photography, which is really surprisingly good. Well, I guess it's not, because a lot of really good photographers are musicians, like Rick Sammon. Like Rick Sammon is like a great musician. He like went to like Berkeley. I mean, he's like, a lot of people I know are musicians and photographers, and you know, I guess it all goes together. But you know what else too? Like, I can't even get your site to line up right. It's either gonna cut off part of it or then it's gonna scroll past it, and I'm like, it's too cute for its own good. I'm sorry. I had to be the one to say it to you. But all of your creative stuff is good, except for your website. Sorry. All right. We're gonna do one more, and then we're gonna take a break. We're gonna get Molly on here. So let's do Maywind. All right. So this is Maywind. Looks like a nice big picture to start off with, and so their portfolios are colorful and colorless, or I imagine that's black and white. Let's take a look at colorful, because I love color. Okay, this has kind of like an overall nice look, but every time I want to see a picture, like I just see like this, I got to click on it and then see it. Now, once you're in the gallery, it's better. Okay, it's not so bad. At least you click one photo when you go in. It's kind of interesting stuff, too. That's really an interesting shot. Look, there's a town down there made of ants. Hey, what did I say about nudity? Right there. Just kidding. Sorry.
This is a kid's show.
All right. I'm not super loving it. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's much better once you get into the thumbnails. If that's the case, and you want me to see it bigger, I'd almost want you to make the thumbnail smaller and go 5 across and keep me from scrolling. You got the right number of images in there. You got a lot of good stuff going on. You have the right images. I think this is cute, the colorful and colorless. Yeah, I think that's kind of cute. It's not bad. I'm not super digging it, but it's still actually pretty decent. Now, we have some more to go. We have about 10 more to go, so we're going to get to those. But we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to have Molly join us in a second. Hey, I just want to mention, so 2 things. Number 1, we have Kelby One gift certificates. So we just started these. They're like brand new. So we had them in years past, but we didn't get them last year. This year we have them. Kelby One gift certificates. They are an extremely hot thing this year, which makes me think, wow, we really should have had them last year. Anyway, they are very popular because they are delivered immediately. So if you're thinking, I need to get someone a last minute gift, why, you can get them one and we email the certificate to you immediately. So go to kelby1.com. You'll see a link right on the front page. Number 2, Thursday is our new class day. Tomorrow we are doing actually 2 classes. So we're doing 2 classes tomorrow because I asked for them to come out together because I did them and they're kind of related. One is called Where to Shoot in London, with help, by the way, and I talk about it in the thing, with a little bit of help from the hybrid boys, Dave and Peter, and Where to Shoot in Venice. So those are coming out. Oh, they're out. I guess they're out now because that's the site. So they're travel photography. They're about travel photography, but we go to 2 different places because I talk about equipment and we talk about other things and we talk about how to get particular shots and stuff like that. So even if you're not planning to go in Venice or London, I think you'd find them entertaining, and we get to use our awesome coffee shop set, which is right over behind Leighton, who is filling in for Juan. Juan is partying elsewhere. Juan is on vacation this week. Magic Juan. Juan is the loneliest number. And Leighton's filling in. And he doesn't, I can tell you right now, he doesn't count in the way Juan does. It's just not the same. He counts from a higher number. It's very disconcerting. Like Juan gives you 4, 3, like he's counting at like 14 or something. It was we almost couldn't start. Anyway. So those are live now. So Where to Shoot in London and Where to Shoot in Venice. They are travel photography talks basically, and I give you all the details. I give you a PDF to download with the GPS coordinates of all the places that I shot. I give you basically what the prices are to get in places, which places don't let you use tripods, which ones do. I go through all the whole 9 yards. I even made a preset for this one look in London that I'm using. So I made a Lightroom preset you can download with the class as well, because there's a particular look I was getting. I'm like, what the heck, I'll just make a preset. So that's there as well, and PDFs with information and all that kind of stuff. So it's more than just a class. It's so much more. All right, we're going to take a short break, and Molly's going to be here, and Jordan's going to swap out. You want to take us to break?
How do I do that?
You go, hey, we'll be right back here on the grid, something like that. It doesn't. There's not really an official way to do it. It's just kind of.
Hey, we'll be right back on the grid.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, cool. Thank you for telling me.
Hi, everybody. Scott Kelby here.
Larry Becker here.
I'm Amanda Powell, and I'm a wedding photographer out of Sarasota, Florida. One thing that captured my attention when I first discovered Kelby One's website was the array of professionals that they use to teach the photography. Each individual class was extremely organized. It was from start to finish. I feel comfortable with the photographers that they support. For me, it's a relationship. You establish them and they last a lifetime.
I'm Cliff Mountner. I've always envisioned taking Kelby One for an inside look at how I approach a real wedding. This is authentic. This is an actual client that has allowed me to capture their day and bring Kelby One along. You're going to see how I approach every element of the day. We're talking about an overall view at my approach. I really hope you take a moment to check out my brand new classes, A Real Wedding, live and uncensored, only on kelby1.com.
Hey everybody, Scott Kelby here, and we are back, and we are very fortunate to have with us the woman behind the Springs of Hope Kenya Orphanage, Molly Waits.
I'm very happy to be here. Thank you, Scott, for having me.
That sounded very professional. Well done.
you.
All right. Well, thanks. Well, hey guys, I know that so many of you have supported the orphanage, and I just want to say, I don't want to embarrass you, but I want to tell you a little bit. For those of you who are not familiar with the Springs of Hope Orphanage in Kenya, so Molly and her family literally sold their house, sold all their possessions, and moved to Kenya to an empty plot of land and built an orphanage from the ground up. Now, a lot of people have donated to build this, but a bunch of people on my blog, when you guys were just starting, donated tons of money. We raffled off guitars. We've done so many things over the years, and then a guy that is just amazing, Rob Jones from Towner Jones Photography in Washington, D.C., came up with the idea to sell T-shirts for the Worldwide Photo Walk And this year, with his help, and by the way, he and his wife Rose, they always kick in their own money too. They raised $8,000 just from T-shirt sales, and we raised a total of $24,000 from the photo walk for the orphanage. So yay!
Yay! And thank you all so much. You've been such a great blessing and helped us at the orphanage, and we really couldn't do it without you. And you're really helping me make a big impact and change lives. So thank you so much.
And you were telling us some wonderful stories. You were telling us about a boy who was 10 years old, right? And he was a street kid.
Yeah.
Literally.
His name's Dennis, and when I met him, he was 10 years old. He was on the streets. Of course, a very tragic background with his mother died and his grandmother went to prison. It's a long story, but anyway, Dennis didn't have much hope. He was a street boy. He was on the street, and I could see he had a lot of potential. He was very smart. So we decided to put him in school, and that was some years ago when we first came to Kenya. But this past year, last year, Dennis graduated from high school, which may not seem like a big thing, but Dennis never even thought he would ever go to school at all. He thought he would be on the streets. He would be dead like many of his friends. I mean, there's very tragic things that happen to these kids that live on the street. Not only has Dennis now graduated from high school, he's been accepted into university. Because that's what you do. We're not trying to just get kids by every day and give them food or, bread. We want to make these kids, their lives changed forever so they can, have hopeful, positive futures. And now Dennis is going to be a lawyer, and he's been accepted into university. So he went from a kid who thought he had no future to a kid that's going to make change in his own country because he wants to be an advocate for children now.
Wow, that is amazing. I love to hear stories like that. And so often we hear so many tragic stories, and the end of it is a tragic ending. And what you guys are doing is just so amazing because you're feeding and caring and loving these kids, but you're trying to set them up for the future.
Right.
And I love another thing that you guys are doing. So, obviously you guys have existed for most of your time as just strictly on donations, but there was a time where you decided we've got to do something to generate our own income. You started making handbags.
Yeah, we started our handbag project. So what we do is we train men and women living with HIV because I wanted to make the bags, but I also wanted to help and give back at the same time. So with these bags, we're helping them so they can support their families. So it also prevents their children from being the future orphans of Kenya because they can, sustain themselves, they can get food, we give them time to go to their clinics and everything, so it's helping them. But now we're selling here in the U.S., we're starting to get into stores in Kenya, so we're trying to use that income to help support the children's home also, so that we're not always depending on asking for people for help.
And you're also doing some ecotourism because, Kenya is a very, very popular destination for people, especially for Americans going over and visiting. And you guys are doing some ecotourism.
Yeah, we started at Eco Camp. We found a very beautiful piece of land, and like you said, because of tourism being so popular in Kenya, we thought this would be a great way to bring people in and then also train our former street boys and at-risk youth in hospitality and tourism. So we're using it as a training program also, but also use the funds that we make from this camp called Kambi Amani to go back to our kids. Because again, we want to start trying to be self-sustaining. We've even started growing our own food. We've had our first crop of maize this year, and it was very successful. It was really good, so we're excited.
Corn?
Corn, yeah, corn.
You can just call it corn. It's
corn.
okay.
I've been in Kenya too long. So.
What you call maize. We wouldn't even know what maize was if it wasn't for that commercial all those years ago with the American Indian woman talking.
Yeah.
Remember? That's how we know it.
Yeah.
I would have been like, what's maize? Oh, Maize is the girl on Lucifer on NBC. That's his sidekick.
Oh, I haven't watched that.
Same name. Anyway, but I don't think she's corny. Sorry. Anyway, hey, can we bring up? I'm sorry you had to be. This is the Springs of Hope website, and let's go ahead and critique this.
No, I totally
So
don't.
I just don't like it. No, it's great. It's awesome. I've seen your website for many, many years, and I think this is the best one you guys have had. And you start off with nice big pictures, and great kids,
Yeah.
and nice text. It's really nicely done. And it's not a photographer's website, so you don't have to worry about. And look, you got three things up top instead of two. Our needs, give hope, and connect. So the web address is springsofhopekenya.org. So if you want to go and help and donate, that little orange button up at the top that says donate, go ahead and drop by there. And so many of you have done it. Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
you
Guys have been just amazing. The people on the photo walks. And you know what else is interesting? So like we had, I forget how many people were, 25,000, 30,000, a bunch of people walked this year. And they do every year. But a lot of people, we ask, hey, if you're going to walk, give us $1. You know, just give a $1. People give $100, $500, you know, and Rob Jones and his wife, I mean, they just, oh my gosh, every year. Do you know how much money that just from the t-shirt Rob has done? Like Rob and his wife
thank
have
you,
just,
Rob. Thank you very
and
much.
they kick in their own money too. Every time, like
Every
if it's
year.
close to any number, they're like, "Well, we're just going to kick it up and get it up to here." I mean, he has a great heart for kids, and he's just a great guy. They're a great family, and they've really just been instrumental. I mean, he was, and by the way, he does all the work. He does everything. All we do is design the logo. He runs the store. He maintains it. We don't have anything to do with it other than actually one of our designers here designs the logo. The rest is all done by them. So. That's awesome. All right. So, well, tell me some stories about some kids. You know, I love to hear success stories of some of the kids. And you told me about the 10-year-old.
Yeah.
And now, was he the one that got? You said that he got accepted to university. Was he the one that got the scholarship?
No, he's not. Now, I have another boy that was a street boy. His name's Anthony, and he was determined to go to college. And Anthony went to his, I'll just say his senior year, and his average was like a B+, which is very good in Kenya. But he wasn't satisfied with that, so he asked me if he could repeat his senior year again because he wanted to do better. Well, in that time that happened, he just graduated again. He's actually gotten a scholarship from the government, so they're going to pay for him to go to college. So these are the kinds of stories that I want to hear, to see these kids that were so desperate at one time. And you can actually read some of their stories, I think, on the website and see the backgrounds they come from. And now they have such great opportunities now, and they have futures. And even some of our kids have been through things that they need a lot of counseling and psychological help to get through and to be whole again. And so we always make sure that we provide that too. We've had one other story with a young girl. At the time, her name was Malika, and she came to us, and she was very malnourished and sick. And they kept telling us she had pneumonia, but actually found out that she had a hole in her heart. They did open heart surgery on Malika. We had it done in Kenya. And then a year later, after we went back to her appointments, they found 2 more. So Malika was abandoned. She was found on the side of the road. I don't know if her, out of desperation, maybe whoever was caring for her, the parent, left her on the side of the road. But if it wasn't for us and you guys helping us and we found her, she would not be alive today. Now, Malika's now had her 2nd surgery. She actually had to come to the United States to have the next surgery. But because of Springs of Hope and people that are helping us and the photo walk and things like that, you're changing lives, not just for today, but for the future. So we really depend right now on people like you and the photo walk and to help us, and we're so grateful for the photo walk and all the years that you've helped us.
Yeah, this is 9 years we've done the photo walk.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. But let me say this, and I'm so grateful, as you are, of course, for all of you that, but can I tell you something? You are super awesome. You're an awesome person. You gave up everything, and you moved over there to start this for kids you didn't even know. You know, it's just, I'm so impressed. I just, you know, every time I see you, I'm like, you know,
Thanks.
that's the real deal. So,
Thanks.
I didn't think I'd be the one to,
I'm
you know?
going to be crying because I'll cry too with you. But, you know,
I'm good now.
I can't go on enough about what the photo walk and everything's meant to me and my kids. And
We're going to have to cut to commercial.
Yeah.
We're going to have to, here, hey, have you seen the Oban ball head?
yeah, I thought that was
These are
very
awesome.
cool.
You should get one.
That was very cool. But I feel blessed. My job is stressful, but it's not about me. It's about these kids and making sure they have a chance in life. And I can't imagine that if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now, and I I didn't get to see the change and the life change and meet the people and work with the people I have in Kenya, what my life would be like. So as hard as it is in the stories that we see, and sometimes you don't know how it's going to turn out, and if it's just the most awesome opportunity, and I just invite anybody who wants to come stay at our eco camp or come take pictures in Kenya, look us up and we'll be there for you.
Awesome. So let's bring up the website one more time. That is springsofhopekenya.org. And guys, this is not one of those places that's run by a big organization with deep pockets, and this is really a homegrown thing that Molly has put together literally from scratch. And when you give your money to the Springs of Hope, it doesn't go to a board, it doesn't go to a fleet of Mercedes, it doesn't go to paying a bunch of executives big money. This goes straight to the orphanage, straight to them, and it goes straight to the people that need it most. And I'm so impressed with what you guys have done. By the way, I'm so impressed with how far your website has come in the past few years. This is definitely the best I have seen it, without a doubt. Anyway, Molly, we're going to take a break, and I'm going to get Jordan back. We're going to look at some more. But I thank you so much for being willing to come in and here. I really wanted people to be able to like know, this is Molly. You always hear us talking about Molly, and I want to thank Eric Kuna for Eric worked with getting all the donations automated, and we did a much better job with it this year. And I want to give him a lot of thanks, because he really helped make this year so successful. We doubled the donations this year from last year, and Eric gets a lot of the credit on that. And he's also the one that asked you to come.
Yes,
and
he did.
And you did not come extremely willingly. Molly's not always on television, so.
Never.
But anyway, BW Photography says, "Go Molly! I spent a year in Kenya. What a beautiful country." And Tony says, "We thank you for your story." And Victoria Pavlov, the wonderful Victoria, says, "That's great." And Obaid says, "An amazing story indeed." And Johan says, "I like the project because there's no company involved, so the money goes straight to where it's most needed, to the foundation. I hope you will raise even more next year so you can help even more children." Thank you, Johan. All right. Well, thank you guys. And do you know Peter?
Hi, Peter. Yes.
Apparently he knows you. He says, "Good to see you," with a smiley face. So
yeah,
that's nice.
good to see you.
All right. Well, we're going to get back to the critiques, but thank you so much, Mom.
Thank you.
Great to
Thank
have
you,
you here.
everybody.
And we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Hey guys, Larry Becker. I have my hands on Nikon's flagship camera. It's the Nikon D5. It's an amazing, amazing workhorse of a camera, and I studied this camera so I could produce a great class for my friends here at Kelby One. You will learn all about the settings, buttons, dials, and a bunch of tips and tricks and great things about usage that make this an even better camera for you as a D5 owner. It's only here at Kelby One.
Hi everybody, Scott Kelby.
Larry Becker here.
And we just finished a class on travel photography, but it's a special series of classes that I'm doing. They're called Travel Photography, A Photographer's Guide to, in this case, the city of Venice, Italy. It is one of the most beautiful and fabulous and romantic and interesting places on the planet, and I show you all of my favorite places to shoot inside this amazing city. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips and things you might not know or might not find out on yourself. I've done a lot of research. I've got some friends that help me out there. Lots of fun stuff, lots of great places to shoot to make the very most. If you're thinking about going to Venice, or you're going to Venice, you got to watch this brand new class exclusively here on Kelby One. Hi folks, Scott Kelby here. I want to tell you about my brand new class. It's called 10 Things Every Photographer Needs to Know on Their Camera. And here's what I did. If you were a buddy of mine, you and I were hanging out, and you got a camera, and you're like, you know what are the things that I really need to know? I don't want to know every little button, every little knob, but what are the really important stuff that I need to be able to get the most out of my camera without getting all technical and weird and nerdy? That's what I do in this class. I tell you in plain English, what are the things that you need to know, stuff that you're really going to use. If you're brand new to photography, it is super awesome. If you've been around photography a while, it's less awesome. If you're really advanced, it's not the least bit awesome. But here's the thing. If you're new to this stuff, you want to get up to speed quick, I hope you'll check out my brand new class. It's called 10 Things Every Photographer Needs to Know on Their Camera. It's exclusively here at Kelby One. Hi, everybody. All right. So it was great to have Molly on.
It was. She did a great job. That was
Molly-
very
Molly's
heart touching. That was
awesome.
very touching, not heart touching.
It was heart touching.
It was heart touching.
All right, just a couple of comments before we get back. Hey, I do want to mention, so you guys know I write Lightroom Killer Tips, and I'm laming out for the holidays. So I really wouldn't, I think tomorrow Brad will probably do, New Class Thursday, which you guys already know what it is. But I'm going to take a little break from the blogging. I write 2 blogs 3 days a week, 4 days in one case. Anyway, so I'm going to be blaming out. So if you don't go to scottkelby.com or lightroomkillertips.com for the next couple of weeks, it really won't matter. So I'm going to just kind of chill out for the holidays and hang. Jordan's home from college, and my daughter, of course, is home from middle school, elementary, and my wife is home, and we're all just home, and we're just going to be home for the holidays. Got some comments here. Let's see. Rose Kieran says, it is just as well I have holiday time. Catching up on the new classes. Love the French one, Scott. Thank you, Rose. Let's see. Dana Brigman says, I love hearing your thoughts on these websites. I'm feeling inspired. All righty. And Sue says, happy holidays. Great learning this year from Kelby One. Thank you, Sue. Also, I saw... Pisco, my buddy Roberto Pisco he says, A Photographer's Guide to Venice, can't wait. Well, yeah, he kind of helped me with it. Yep. He kind of helped me. I spent 3 days, and he's such a great guy, just such an awesome guy, and a very good photographer, and just an awesome guy. And the next time I go to Venice, I'm going to his house for dinner. So I can't wait to go back, because he told me about dinner at their house.
You told me about dinner at their house.
I even told my son, I'm like, dude, when we go to Venice, I got a place for us to eat. You're not going to believe. So anyway, lots of good comments here. You saw a comment here.
All right, so I saw one comment. It's from, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your name because I'm terrible at reading. But Nico Demas 22-1. All right, cool. He says, people have such a short attention span these days, ellipses. If you're not seeing great stuff in the first 5 to 10 seconds, the person will leave. He's right, but the reason to know why he's right is the important factor. So this goes for every website that we've done and will do today, and for just websites in general. It used to be, if you were trying to get somebody's attention, the time scientifically that you have is about 5 minutes to get somebody's attention before they decide whether or not they want to listen to your presentation. And that deals with factors of the fact that they're already there, they've come to you, and they're actively seeking what you're saying. Now in the age where you can just go on a website and you can click things, the reason it's so much shorter, and this is important to know when you're building your website.
So it used to be 5 minutes.
It used to be 5 minutes, because if you would go see somebody talk to actively go see somebody, you already know what you're getting into. Right. You're like, I'm going to go see Scott Kelby's thing. I'm going to sit there, and I paid money for this. 5 minutes in, if I'm not interested, that's understandable. And that's just human psychology. But with the internet, when you go on, the reason it's 5 seconds now is because you haven't committed to anything, right? You're just looking for information. So, you type in photos of dogs, dog websites, and you click on a website, and it doesn't show you a photo of a dog, or it doesn't show you a dog you want to buy, and you go, okay, back out, and you go to the next website, and it says buy dog now, and it's a photo of a puppers that you can purchase. That's the reason it's 5 to 10 seconds now, is it's because you're actively seeking something that you haven't committed to. And with
you have no skin in the game.
You have no skin in the game. With 10,000 websites on, you can skip around wherever you want to. If you go to a live talk today, it's still 5 minutes is your attention time if you want to be interested. But if you're just looking on the internet, you have no skin in anything, and the amount of time you can go through something is so quick. You can go through 20 websites in 10 minutes, and if all of them are, if you don't see what you're looking for, you're not going to stop.
That's why I think you have to have big pictures.
The big pictures is good, but that's what I'm saying. This is why you need to take advantage of the 5 to 10 seconds. Because if you take advantage of 5 to 10 seconds on the internet, they're not going to go to another website.
Yeah, and
because now they are investing.
And Jason Waltman, I'm not sure I would hang here, even though you're a good photographer. You got good photos. You have some nice photos. I like your this one, and of course this is Singapore. Oh, it's a whole section of Singapore. I don't know, Jason. You're a good photographer. I think your photography is getting a little lost on this site. Now, this isn't a smug mug. I was going to say go choose a new template, but I think it's template time, Jason, because while it's not bad, it doesn't make me want to dig around. And you've got good photos, and that's really bad. You've got good photos, and I'm kind of where Jordan was a minute ago. I'm like, and move on. You're a good photographer, but your site doesn't make me want to look around. Now, remember that one with the Great Wall? Remember that open one?
Yeah.
Your first thought was, wow, look at this. I want to see more. Now, are your photos worse than that? No, you've got some good stuff here. You have photos that big enough would be wow. Oh gosh, I clicked in and went to nowhere. Like, you have photos that would make me want to look around. This is a very cool shot of the Eiffel Tower, and it's a view you don't often see, and symmetrically, I think it's really cool. I'd like to see it even bigger. It's a little bit of a maze going through your site. It's not bad. You don't have a bad site, but you also don't have an awesome site. Jason, don't you want to have an awesome site? You have an okay site. You don't have a bad site. You don't have a great site. It's just kind of hanging out there. Let's work on this one. I think we can do a little better. I think you're in the ballpark, and you got the photography down. Like, look at Brian Cote. I want to go through. I want to see your stuff. I like your opening image. I want to see what's here. Now, if I click, does anything happen? How about a play button? Is it going to give me a slideshow? Oh, now well, that's funky. Now the little arrows show up.
Personally, I don't like auto slideshows on anything.
I hate an auto slideshow. Auto slideshow is just kind of brutal.
There's too many chances for it to go wrong with your viewer.
Yeah, and I don't now. I can kind of force it to go back with your buttons, but
just have the buttons up naturally.
Yeah, I'd get rid of it. You got some nice photos. Can I tell you, it's really jarring in the middle of all these cool motorcycle shots to see this photo. It's just, it seems so ridiculously out of a context, right?
Yeah.
We're looking at all these cool motorcycles, and then all of a sudden, it's like, here's what it's like. Oh, I did, well, I just can totally kill that. But anyway, it just seems so, I'm like, hi, Mom, is that your teacher? It's... And you have some nice portraits down here. They're just stuck in the middle of everything. It's very jarring. Brian, you got a good site. Let's not mess it up. You're the opposite of the last guy. You got good shots too, but it needs a little more organization, especially this first part. But I love the size. I like the minimal layout. I like that you can see through. There's a lot of good stuff going. Stop the autoplay. Oh my gosh. Please stop the autoplay. You can just see how annoying it is just here on the show. Imagine someone looking at your stuff. So, Brian, you're on third base. We're waving you into home. Just make a couple of changes there, and you'll be there. John Moeller, I like the big image. You got an auto-running slideshow. You know how much I like that. Now, how do I get to more pictures?
Is it click contact?
Do I click that, or does that take me to Instagram?
That's Instagram, so it's
contact. That's just contact info.
It says portraits, though. Go back up.
No, it says he does those.
Those are not links. Those are bullet points.
John, where are we at? All right, what is this? Is this your Instagram account?
So
it is.
Okay.
So why do you have a website to take me to your Instagram page?
Because you can just put your contact info in your Instagram description, and then you don't even need a website, because that's all your website's doing right now.
Yeah, John? Wait, is there... Come on, you got to be someplace to click here. There's really not. All right, John, back to the drawing board for you. Sorry, it's got good photos. I like it. I like what I see.
I would just move the photos on your Instagram into a portfolio.
Oh, look at this shot. That's a good shot. That's nice.
That is nice, and it's not auto playing.
It's not auto playing. All right, so that's okay. We have different ones up here. Let's go look at landscapes, which is maybe not the right one to choose on a guy that just had an opening picture of automotive. Let's look at the Yorkshire Dales, because I've never seen the Yorkshire Dales. And you're selling. All right, so you're on SmugMug. That's one of the things SmugMug is really great for if you want to sell your images. Got some nice pictures. All right, Gary, let's go look at your car stuff just real quick, just because I want to look at your car stuff. Let's go. Oh, you got all these different events.
Ooh.
So you're actually using this for something different than the standard You're like covering events and then selling the pictures, I guess, from them. I like this thing. These old cars and old places, and everyone looks so cold. All right, that's kind of cool. So, Gary, not really bad. I understand this isn't your portfolio per se. Your portfolio is not. You're saying, look at all these events, and you want me to go buy some from there. So yours has got a little different look than the other ones that we've been doing. So while it's not a standard mainstream thing like what we've been seeing, it's not bad. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad. It's okay. It's a Smug Mug template. You're doing okay. All right, Boyd and Kathy Turner, photography and stories. All right. We have a reasonably good sized picture. I would of course, love to see it bigger, but we have a hey guys, look over here. Look how easy it is to know. For me to see the next picture, there's a black button with a white, it's easy to see.
It's a button.
Oh, is that selective color? Sorry. Nice pictures. Very nice.
Like selective color?
Selective color is like, it's a punchline. Landscapes, animal, vegetable, mineral. What are we doing here?
20 questions.
All right, let's go look at vegetable.
Yes or no questions only.
All right. This isn't vegetable. I was expecting like strawberries. It's a nice shot.
Strawberry's a fruit, dude.
Stop it.
I mean, that's...
We're going to talk when we get home, young man.
I'm sorry. I'm genuinely apologetic.
I was expecting a broccoli.
Do you want my phone now or when we get home?
No, it's okay.
I'm sorry. I want
I'm
to
just messing with you. No, it's funny. Johan says,
bad.
Scott, when will we see Calibra on the grid again? Johan, you don't know how hard it is to get Calibra on the grid, but I will tell you this. Calibra is actually scheduled for the grid, when? First week in January. And Johan, can I tell you what? She has got a topic that I think is going to help photographers in a crazy way. She was telling me about it, and oh my gosh, the feed cuts off in 7 minutes. All right, we're going to look at a couple real quick because our feed cuts off in 7 minutes. Facebook, we simulcast to Facebook, and Facebook after a while says you've had enough. UF Photo wants to know, what's your plans for next year? Anything cool coming up? I can't really tell you. We have some cool stuff that that is in beta right now that will be among the coolest stuff we've ever done for our members. One of them is something our members have wanted for a long time, and we found a way to do it, and I think that's going to work great. And then something our members never asked for, and it's actually Calibra's idea, and it is so incredible. You're going to love it on a level, and it's very educationally, like it's the kind of the next level of education stuff. I don't want to say it until we can like really make a big deal about it, because it's a big deal and it's taken us a long time, but we're almost there. So we have some really cool stuff coming up. I think that you're really going to love. So all right, let's see. Oh, let's look at another one. So Boyd and Kathy Turner. It's going to be animals, right? Okay. What is mineral?
It's minerals.
Oh,
it's like rocks and
Oh, what mineral is this?
Well, no, technically that's a mineral. It's made out of a mineral, possibly an alloy. I'm sorry.
Jen, get my gun. Don't I keep a shotgun in here?
No, okay. So for a real,
this is one of my favorite shots, by the way, Boyd and Kathy Turner.
Right, for a real critique, I would change mineral to more of like architecture, or because it seems to be you have stuff that's just made out of a mineral. So I would change that because it's a little off throwing. I would change vegetable to flora
or fruit.
No, but
flora's right.
Because you have more than just like vegetables. You just have kind of nature photography that's not an animal.
Yeah, I kept looking for a strawberry.
I would make your photos a little bigger if it doesn't lower the image resolution, because they're decent size, but they could be just a little bigger to catch your eye more. But the play button is great, and I like the design of the website overall.
All right. And I wasn't supposed to give photo critiques, but can I tell you something? I think your photos in this section are really good. I think you're downplaying the mineral, but that's not mineral. Jets is not mineral. I'm sorry.
Jets are made out of a mineral.
Everything's made out of something.
That was a really uncontrolled laugh. I'm sorry.
All right. We're moving on. All right. So you're not going to like this one at first, and the photos are good, but you're not going to like maybe the layout, but I actually kind of like it. This is very different and interesting. It scrolls. The things are of a reasonable amount. I kind of like, I kind of like that when you look at it, it tells you where it is, right? That's the Matterhorn, right? At Disneyland. Nobody gets that. No one gets that reference in the entire building, the Matterhorn.
It's in Disneyland. I got it.
You've ridden the Matterhorn.
I've ridden the Matterhorn.
Yeah. All right. But I think, oh yeah, and you got to click and it goes bigger. Look how much better everything is bigger. And look, when you move your cursor over it, there's a little cursor. I like this site. I'm telling you, it's different. It's not the basic one I like, Cinque Terre, Northern Lights. All right, well, we're gonna have to blow out of here because we're running out of time. Hey, while we're gonna look at Stacy White's next, and I already like Stacy's because she's got a big picture and her logo's not too big. Ooh, Stacy's a good photographer too. I want to tell you where to go to sign up for today's giveaways. Oh, Stacy's good. Here we go. We're giving away a Platypod, just the Platypod Pro, or the Platypod Pro Max, which is like, I have a big camera and big lenses, right? So that's what so you have to tell us which one you want to win. The Platypod Pro Max, which is the bigger one, or the smaller one that comes with the deluxe kit and all for smaller cameras. Or we're also going to give away a copy of my Photoshop CC book for digital photographers right there. Here's how to win. Go to kelby1.com/webcast. Say that, hey, I'm watching the grid, and tell us in the comments section, of course, and that you're not a robot. It's good. Let us know which one you want to win, because if not, we just send you a random one, and then you go, well, I wanted the book, and you sent me whatever. All right. Hey, I do want to mention there's no grid next week because it's the holidays, and I'm not even going to be here. No one's going to be here. Jen will probably be here because Layton, you here next week? Layton's here, but it's weird to shoot the set with nobody on it. So anyway, no grid next week, and then we'll come back the first of the year, and Calibra's going to be here, so I'm very excited about that. I'd love to have her on the show, and she's just hilarious. Let's see. There we go. Terry says, great show and info. Long time Nap and Kelby, 1 subscriber. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Oscar, who we did his site earlier, says, thanks so much, Scott. Nice job, Oscar. And let's see what else we got. What's the best free website builder? This is what I've been building up to. I have to tell you this. I know we're almost out of our stream. So if you subscribe to any of the Adobe Creative Clouds, either for the photographer's plan, all right, either the photographer's plan or the full thing, you can, or the full plan, you can go here. If you can go to my screen real quick, you are already paying for a professional portfolio site. Not only is it professional, it looks great. There's templates. You can have it up and running tonight. I'm going to give you the address where to go, but first, here's look. They have all these templates. They are automatically designed to work on mobile. They perfectly resized to work on mobile. These are some of the templates. Check this out. These are some of the photographers whose sites are there. You're already paying for it. It's already done, and they look awesome. Go to myportfolio.com, sign in with your Adobe ID. You can have a portfolio tonight. So, and by the way, if you're a Kelby One member, I did a class on the whole thing, on how to customize it to death. You will be amazed at what you can do with it, and you're already paying for it. So if you're a Kelby One member, go to look at how to build your own My Portfolio stuff. All right, I got to go to this one last one because her stuff was really good. Stacy White. I can clearly see, now you do have a self-running slideshow, which you know I'm not crazy about. But if I move my cursor, I see the arrows come up. That helps. I could hit pause and then just go one by one. But Stacy, I love how big your images are, and you've got some beautiful images. I'm very jealous. Let's look at your portfolio. Oh, Stacy, what happened? This is like an old, outdated Smug Mug one. This is like the 2006 Smug Mug. Stacy, you got a wonderful opening, and then you go inside, and it goes like a time warp. Your pictures are too good to be in this website, Stacy. Stacy, go back and fix your stuff. You're super awesome. You're such a good photographer. You don't let your images suffer like this. There are ways to do this on Smug Mug and have nice big images and all that stuff. So I think you're on Smug Mug. That looks like a Smug Mug. Got to be Smug Mug. No, it's Zenfolio. Go to Zenfolio and fix your stuff, Stacy. Bob? Bob's interesting. Ooh, Bob's a good photographer. All right. That's interesting. You can't do anything with any of these pictures, but it's kind of it's
And then
kind
you can
of.
go straight to the galleries.
Let's see.
That's
let's
a good
see.
way to do it.
Yeah.
It's like a hub world.
All right, and these are your
That was a great
thumbnails.
reference.
These are your thumbnails. Let's go to your portraits. 3 columns. I like it. I like it.
This is good.
This is good. Bob, I think you got one of the best ones. You don't have the big, bold picture thing, Bob, but still, I kind of like it. I like what you did for the opening, like the opening thing here. It's kind of interesting. It gives me a kind of a peek at your work overall. And part of the thing is your work is very good, and that really helps. Last one. Marcus, that's kind of naked. It's not fully naked, but we're right on the border there. Let's move it really quickly so no one can see.
We just hit PG-13.
Yeah, this is just PG-13. I think you're okay. Hey, you're really good. Your stuff is awesome. And your website's pretty good. Let's click on one where someone has clothes. I'm afraid to click the button now. This is good. This is a good website. Who does your website? Did somebody? I was trying to see if it's a smug mug or whatever. You got a lazy loader at the bottom. I'm not crazy about a lazy loader. It says there's more, and you kind of have to wait. I'd rather if it's just loading in the background. You got music, shadows, art. Good photographer. I like your website. It's a good way to end this thing today. Now, we've probably already run over off of Facebook, but we're still running on our regular stream. So Samantha Kennedy asks, can you recommend a good template to use on WordPress? Honestly, Samantha, my guess is if you're watching this show, you're using either Photoshop or Lightroom. I would say go to myportfolio.com. Figure it this way. Or just go for $10 a month, join the Creative Cloud and get that for your free one. Or think about it this way. You can pay $10 a month and get a website anywhere. Or you can pay $10 a month, right, and get Photoshop and Lightroom and a website. All right, so I would do that. So Macarena, I'm answering the same question there, which is what services, best templates. Now, Squarespace has very good templates, very, very good templates. And I use Squarespace for one of my portfolios. So does SmugMug. The difference between SmugMug and Squarespace, why those are good, is they let you sell your work. If you want to sell your work online, have them print it and ship it and do all that stuff, you can't beat SmugMug and Squarespace. They actually have an agreement. They kind of work together. So let's see. Nicodemus says, I'm glad he liked my site this time. Last time he said it looked like it was for kids. So, all right, your one has come a long way. Johan says, Scott and Jordan, happy holidays. Be careful with fireworks. It's hard to make a photo when missing 3 fingers. I'm sorry, that is only for Giants players.
Oh, I know a guy that lost 3 fingers to a fireworks.
Seriously?
Yeah.
This is why I don't mess with fireworks.
It was like a year ago.
I do not mess with fireworks.
They sewed 2 of them back on.
Oh.
It's just his I think it's his index
That's
finger
weird.
that's missing.
All right. Peter from London says, I watched your One Light class and put the knowledge to use immediately in my company's Christmas party. I now love my Flash. That's all I wanted to do, Peter. Wanted me. I know so many people that have a Flash and they're just like, do you use it? No, not really, kind of. And it's just like, blah. And we're going to wrap up with Maria because Maria has such a nice comment. You want to end on a good note. Wishing you and your families a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year 2017. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kelby One, for everything you've done. Thank you, Maria, for being a part of Kelby One. Thank you guys for ending our year on such a high note. We started off the year very bumpy and we ended the year in a great place. And we want to thank all of you for all of your support and your kind words and stuff. It is so great to be ending the year on such a great note. I want to thank Molly Waits for coming and hanging out with us and doing such a wonderful job. She was nervous to go on the air, but she crushed it. And thank you all. Leighton, Jen, Meredith in the booth. We should show a picture of Meredith sometime just to go, this is Meredith. Because she's very shy in front of the camera. But she's really, really good behind the camera. And she does all kinds of crazy, weird stuff. There's so many screens in her room, it should be against the law. Now for a slow jib shot to take us out to 2017. We'll see you guys next year. Thanks, buddy.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Awesome. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Oh, I swear. All right.